Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of my favourite people and some of the world's biggest stars. Now, everybody's heard of Neighbours. They all love it. And Alan Fletcher is one of the most recognisable characters. He is, of course, Dr. Karl Kennedy, who everybody loves. Nice to talk to you. How you doing, Alan?
Alex, great to speak to you. Thank you. I'm doing really well.
Hey, listen, you've got everything going on at the minute. You're still doing Neighbours. You're now in Panto, and you've got a brand new video out. Let's start at the beginning with Neighbours. Why do they give you time off to come over here? Because surely they want you over there, don't they?
Well, it is actually something that we have to kind of apply well in advance to get. And there is actually a big storyline going on right at the moment that I should be there for. So I'm actually going to, myself and Ryan Maloney, are actually going to have to be slotted into a scene when we get back. It's already been shot. It's quite precarious, but I'm sure they'll pull it off. They're very happy for us, of course, to come over to the UK because by being here we're promoting the program and supporting it, and Channel 5 like to bring us over as often as they can as well.
I know we've all got a mortgage to pay and all of that, but why is there still such a thrill for big stars around the world to come to England to do pantomime? I mean, it's up there with Shakespeare, isn't it? People genuinely take it seriously.
Well, they do. I take it very seriously, but primarily because I'm very aware that for most children, or for many children, a panto is their first theatre experience. And I've worked in the theatre all my life, and I love it. And if I want kids to come and see Shakespeare, then I need them to have had a good panto experience. So it's a very well accepted art form, and I'm really impressed with the production qualities of the show I'm working on. So yes, it's just a terrific medium.
What's brilliant about it, I mean, I'm calling you today from Nottingham, where I'm based. We've got David Hasselhoff down the road in Wolverhampton. My mate Joe Pasquale's there. Brian Connolly, who I think is probably the best in the business, along with Joe. Biggins is doing it. You're doing it. The colour of people that this medium attracts is the reason that it does such big business. And as you say, these are West End style and quality productions. They put so much into it because it makes so much money they can.
Yeah, that's very true, and for some of the smaller operators, it can be quite precarious, making sure that they get audiences and don't go under, because they're only sort of doing these things once a year. But the attraction is huge because I think for performers it gives them an opportunity to do something completely different. That's certainly my case. Working on Neighbours is fabulous. I love it, but doing something like panto gives me the opportunity to just flex those muscles, those theatre muscles they haven't used for a year or so. And I think when Sarah McKellen did pantomime, that certainly gave the signal to me that this is the way to go.
You're at Sevenoaks and you're in Robin Hood. Do you get to do the bit with the kids at the end where they come on stage? Because I always imagine that's the most fun.
Oh, no, look, I don't do this song sheet. That's actually done by the comedian in the show, Ant Payne, who is very funny, playing Silly Billy. He's extremely funny, and he'll do the song sheet. I play the baddie always. I'm Sheriff of Nottingham, and I don't think the kids would warm to me too much.
No, I suppose not. Is it great being in pantomime and getting the boos, not the cheers? Because I can imagine if you come out every day and you're getting screams of applause, it can become slightly tiring.
Well, that's true, and getting the boos is great because it means it becomes a lovely, playful game with the audience. Because, of course, the baddie always gets his comeuppance, and so to actually be able to have the opportunity to be booed at is just a wonderful, playful, tricky thing.
And let's go back to Neighbours. I mean, you're one of the biggest stars in it. You're one of the most recognisable voices and faces in it. Do you ever get tired of turning up to work? Because at this point, you've done it for 400 years. I mean, it's like a proper job, isn't it?
It is, very much so. I've been there 19 years, I'm coming up to my 20th year, but I'm being truthful when I say to you, when I go to work, that's when my day becomes almost at its brightest, because when I walk into that green room, it's full of people I know and love. We're so supportive of each other that in that work environment, you couldn't be happier. I feel like I should be paying them to go to work. I work with fabulous people like Jackie Woodburn, of course. She's probably the main reason I've been there so long, to be frank. And yes, it's just a joyous environment. And of course, you have to remember also, even though we play the same character, the characters grow over time. My character's definitely changed an enormous amount from when I first started. And so it's almost like being in a fresh show every kind of couple of years.
Is it still thrilling to think that you're on an internationally successful programme? There aren't many that last this long and still have a platform that's almost as popular as it was 20, 30 years ago. I mean, I remember watching it with my gran when I was literally a baby and loving it, and there you all are today still doing it.
Yeah, it's exactly the point about the international thing, is because for an Australian actor, we're a small country on the other side of the world. To have exposure all around the world, and most importantly here in the UK, is manna from heaven. I love theatre, I love working in theatre, I love my rock and roll band. I've toured here with my band and done 6 pantomimes. And it's exposed me to a completely new audience, and that's thrilling beyond belief.
We should just say, by the way, you're on a mobile phone because today you're rehearsing for the pantomime. You're getting ready for it. If the line's a bit dodgy from time to time, don't worry, we're going to stick with it. And how does it feel then, being in pantomime, knowing that you've got 3,000 shows left and you're looking at your diary and you're only on show 4? That's got to be tiring, hasn't it?
It's very tiring. You look at yourself in the mirror as you're putting your makeup on sometimes, particularly on a day when you're doing 3 shows, and it's just so daunting. But the thing is, the second you step on that stage, you're just invigorated by the audience. They lift you up. So, it's yes, very, very tiring. And of course, the second you come off the stage, you're as tired as you were when you went on.
Yes.
The moment you're there, you feel fantastic.
And of course, if you want a happy Christmas, there's 2 ways of doing it. Do you see what I did there? You can either go and see you in pantomime or buy your new single. And you've brought out this fabulously camp, over-the-top, wonderfully festive song. And dare I say, it's brilliant. Congratulations. Most of these are utter rubbish and everybody tries to bring one out. This is really fun. I think it's going to do well. People can sing along to it and it's well made. Congratulations, Alan.
Thank you. I'm really pleased you like it. I was approached by one of the singers and manager of the Pacific Bells, a wonderful harmony group. Her name's Laura Monahan. She's English. She loves Neighbours. She came to me and said, why don't we record a charity single, a cover song of Christmas? I said, no, we need to write our own. It's been on my bucket list for years to write a Christmas song. But because of their style of group, the Andrews Sisters style, I wanted to write something in a swing style, an era of Christmas music I love, the 40s and 50s, Bing Crosby and some of the great crooners. And we thought we got ourselves a swing band. We made it big. You're quite right. We made it a big camp. We doff our hats at Neighbours a little bit. We don't take ourselves too seriously. And hopefully it's a really catchy tune. People tell me they can't actually get it out of their head once they've heard it. So that's encouraging.
This is the brand new single. You can hear it on YouTube. You can also go to Alan Fletcher's website. This is called If You Want a Happy Christmas. It's marvellous. Have a listen to this.
If you want a happy Christmas, stand under that mistletoe and kiss, kiss, kiss the one you love with a merry ho, ho, ho. And kiss, kiss, kiss the one you love with a merry ho, ho, ho.
It's on Vivo on YouTube. You can find it there. If You Want a Happy Christmas by Alan Fletcher. I mean, music is a massive part of your life. You're not doing this as some gag. I mean, you love music, don't you?
I do. I've had my rock and roll band waiting room now for almost 10 years. We've toured the UK many, many times. And we play regularly in Melbourne. Primarily, I have to say, to fans of Neighbours, because the kids used to come and see our band. They told me they came to see the band because they thought, well, if Karl Kennedy is fronting this band, it has to be rubbish. And they were expecting to come along and have a really good laugh. I work with great musos, and I don't think I'm half bad as a performer and singer, so they actually ended up loving it and kept on inviting us back, which is brilliant. So that's very invigorating for me. But I also sing a bit of swing music in Melbourne with a number of swing bands, every now and again, just at concerts and things. So I have a great love of the swing as well.
Have you got the dream showbiz life right now? Let me tell you why. You've got the permanent gig with Neighbours, which we all need to pay the bills. You know you're going to do well with that. You're able to get out of it to come and do fun things like pantomime, and you can bring out records and do your band. I mean, how many people have such a privileged life that they've had a consistent career like yours? It's remarkable, isn't it?
Well, it is remarkable, and I thank the Lord every day. Every day I wake up, I look in the mirror sometimes and go, Alan, remember how lucky you are. That's why, for instance, when I'm doing a project like this, I'm using any profit I make from this is going to cancer research through a group called Blue September, and here in the UK it goes to the Association for International Cancer Research in Scotland. Because I've been blessed, and if this song could make a profit, I hope it does. I'd like the money to go somewhere that could do some good.
What's going to happen for the rest of the day then? We've got rehearsals, and then you start the pantomime when?
We started on Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon actually, is the opening performance, 3 p.m. So today's technical rehearsals. We've got to get ourselves to the end of the show, make sure everything's technically working. And then tomorrow I shoot up to do a television appearance of my Christmas song. I'll actually be singing it live on television. And then back again to start doing a series of dress rehearsals. So it's been a very full-on week, but it's better to be busy when you're away from your family and away from home.
And I've got to ask you about that. I mean, you've brought out a Christmas record, you're in a Christmas pantomime. What will you be doing Christmas Day? Have you got family here with you?
I haven't got any of my family from Australia here, but I do have family here in the UK. Hopefully I'll be able to catch up with a few people. And also Christmas Day is one of my very few days off, and I love to use it as a day of rest. So I don't think I'll be actually getting up too much. There's no trains running or anything like that. I will probably pop down to a local church here in Sevenoaks. I'm not a deeply religious person, but I do love the spirit, the community spirit that Christmas brings, and sometimes you get that feeling really strongly in a church service. And then just have a lovely lunch, because my family celebrate their Christmas 11 hours ahead of us. So I will be, in fact, up at midnight talking to them on Skype and so forth while they're having their Christmas lunch. I'll probably actually participate in lunch via Skype.
It's so kind of you to come over in a way, Alan, because it's like missionary work. It's summer over there and you're coming into our winter. If you believe what's in the Express today, we're going to have 3 years of minus 15 degrees temperatures. Does that bother you? I mean, I presume you love the sun. I mean, that's where you're from.
Indeed, I do love the sun, but luckily I live in the city. I live in the city of Melbourne, down towards the south, and that does acclimatise you to this sort of weather, because we do get very cold winters. In fact, sometimes on Neighbours, it's not uncommon to turn up for work and the temperature will be hovering around zero, and we have to wear quite flimsy clothing. So being cold is not something that's alien to me. And of course, if you're cold, what do you do here in the UK? You nip into the local and maybe have a sit by the fire, or you head off to a friend's place and just try to spend a little time outside. Mind you, I have to say I love golf, and I intend to play as much as I can. And as long as there's not snow on the ground, you will see me out there on the golf course.
Oh, fantastic. Alan Fletcher, really lovely to talk to you. Let's give you the plug then. The new single is out now on Vivo. It's called If You Want a Happy Christmas. It's really well made, a lot of fun, and a bit of camp old nonsense for Christmas. That's what we need, isn't it? And you're in Pantomime Robin Hood, and The Babes in the Wood, starring Alan Fletcher, is on at the fabulous Sevenoaks Theatre. Go down and see him. Alan, really lovely to talk to you. Congratulations, and I'll talk to you again.
Alex, it's wonderful to chat. Thank you. I hope you do talk again.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you, mate. It's wonderful of you.